Hey everyone, it's Thursday, June 3rd. The time right now is 1:40 p.m. and the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. I'm here on Eglinton Avenue West. I'm just west of Dufferin Street. And the plan for this one is to head north up Dufferin Street all the way up to Lawrence Avenue West. And this construction here is due to the Crosstown LRT that has been under construction for a very long time now. There will be a station here at Dufferin and Eglinton.
Yes, but, you know, not bad.
There's a look towards the main intersection. And you can see the new station going in. But we'll be heading north here on Dufferin. That stretch of Eglinton is known as Little Jamaica, but officially this area is known as Fairbank. And there's a 29 Dufferin bus that'll be heading down to Exhibition Place. There's the Dollarama, and a look south on Dufferin. And that's an express bus. That 29 bus, I think, goes up to Wilson. And that's around where Dufferin gets interrupted. And then to go north of there, I think you need to get on the 929, or the 929 is the express bus we just saw. I think it's the 329. This is the Backstage Theater. They're open for takeout and delivery. So fortunately, they haven't gone under during the pandemic. There's a former Rexall. So I'll be heading through two different neighborhoods, at least as officially recognized by the City of Toronto. This first one here is Briar Hill-Belgravia. That didn't exactly roll off the tongue. And according to the sign, this is Fairbank Village, which I'm guessing is probably a BIA, designated business improvement area that runs along this portion of Dufferin. It'll be mostly these suburban style strip malls we'll be passing along. And coming up is the York Beltline Trail. Back in the 1800s, it was previously home to a commuter rail. It only operated for a couple of years. And in recent times, it's been turned into a trail. There's a series of 3 Beltline trails. There's the one that runs along Moore Park, and then the K. Gardner Beltline Trail, and then this third section here, the York Beltline Trail. This will go to the east, just short of Allen Road. I think it'll head about a kilometer or so to the southwest of here. I should probably grab my camera and maybe take my bike up there and check that out, as I have never been there on this channel before. Now let's just quickly climb up and take a look. Might as well. So there's a neat view south down Dufferin. And a new building going in there. And a view to the north. I'll take this unofficial footpath, which is going to be a lot harder going down than going up, especially since the ground is a little wet. And I've only got one hand free to balance myself. The artwork here is kind of neat. So previously, Dufferin Street was ranked the worst street in the province of Ontario, at least in terms of road conditions. And that mantle has since been passed on to Eglinton Avenue East. And they just issued this year's list. And both Eglinton Avenue East and Dufferin Street were on the list, but there's a street, I think in Prince Edward County, I might be mistaken on that, that was ranked worse. And this is not a part of the city I've explored before on this channel. I can't seem to recall even riding here on a bike ride. I'm a little surprised by that. There's California Sandwiches. That place is a little spendy, but it's quite good. I used to go to one of their locations out in Etobicoke when I worked out there. And this is Castlefield Avenue. So I think just to the east of here, this turns into Roselawn. TorontoFo.com. right next to Sunshine Mattress Company. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's a long line of people over here. There's Briar Hill Pharmacy. Maybe they're waiting to get their second shot. Nope, they're waiting at a Service Ontario. That's where you go to get your driver's license renewed or any vehicle licensing issues resolved. You can get your health card there. There's a home for sale. I was thinking that might be a pharmacy giving out the now coveted second AstraZeneca shots. There's a large tower that's not too unlike the one on the Golden Mile, that communications tower off in the distance. Like I said, I don't really explore this area all too much. So if I'm not mistaken, the top non-English language spoken here is Tagalog. That's a Filipino language. And there's a fairly large base of people that speak Portuguese and Italian as well. It's a really old church. That is dated 1889. The Fairbank United Church. And I think we're entering the Glen Park neighborhood. There's Stainer Avenue. And this is Wingold Avenue. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the old border between the former city of York and the city of North York before the megacity amalgamation. Although on Google Maps, they show North York as starting up at Lawrence. Feel free to correct me in the comments on that. So what I'll do when I get to Lawrence is I'll just quickly loop around a couple of residential streets just to show what those are like. I think most of the homes in this area would go back to the 50s and 60s. 2 adults riding on the sidewalk. I guess I shouldn't assume, maybe they're both under 14, in which case they're not breaking any laws. I'll just bite my lip on that one. And just to the east of here is the Allen Road. And on Saturday, the city will be closing, I think, just the northbound lanes of the Allen Road as part of the active TO program. So I'm looking to get out there on my bike and record a video. Okay. It's supposed to rain a bit later today. I think around 4 p.m. or so. And I wanted to get a live stream in, so I brought my live gear with me. So I moved my schedule up a few hours. I don't mind filming in the rain, but live streaming is kind of annoying. I have to hold the gimbal in one hand and the umbrella in the other. And this is Glenacarin Avenue. So not too far to the east of here is Glenacarin subway station. And I don't know the stats, but I'd be willing to wager it's easily in the bottom half in terms of the amount of riders that subway station would receive every year. As it's kind of just built in a sea of detached, mostly bungalow and smaller homes. It's kind of an odd sight to see a subway station in that neighborhood. Marley Road would be the most major street near it, and even that's not that built up. There's the 929 Dufferin. The regular Dufferin bus, the 29, is sometimes affectionately called the Sufferin Dufferin. I've actually recorded a bus ride on that line, or that route. Tony's Espresso Bar, cappuccino and cold drinks, and they have a little patio. Though I understand why they built these plazas this way, I'm not a fan of having the parking in front like this. Emiko Bakery. I've heard of this place before. There's some people sitting in front. Don't tell Doug Ford that. It's an Italian Canadian Savings and Credit Union location. A hair salon, a tattoo shop. They'll be amongst the last to be able to open. So if you have anything to add to this area, let me know in the comments. I think that red condo off in the distance there will be Lawrence Avenue. Hey, they have a Mr. Sub. Lady York Foods. Hand car. I think they need to put the word wash in there somewhere. It's the office of City Councillor Mike Cole? Calais? I don't know. Bernardo Funeral Home. This walk is broken down into me trying to read signs. It's at York Dollar and More, at Dairy Queen. I have not been to a Dairy Queen, at least in Canada, in the longest time. There's one in one of the airports in Bangkok that I usually go to because it's the only place that's not a horrendous ripoff in that airport. I can't remember the last time I've been to a Dairy Queen around here. All right, maybe I'll cross over to the east side of the street here. Get that process started. Those are the ones where if you don't press the button, you don't get the walk sign half the time. So we are almost at Lawrence. So I think from Eglinton up to Lawrence, this walk would have been a little over 2 kilometers. So I have walked between Lawrence and up to Yorkdale, also just south of the 401 highway. I did that one a few months ago. And I don't think I've covered Dufferin south of Eglinton, between Eglinton and St. Clair before. So perhaps I'll have to go back and do that at some point. I think this whole stretch might be prime for a live stream at some point. I could start up near Yorkdale Mall and just start heading south. And it was on an Apollo e-scooter, ripping down Dufferin. And I think this is the Fieldstone private school, Toronto's only Cambridge school for students JK to 12. I'm sure tuition to that place isn't cheap. There's a brick mattress store. Thank you. They did not acknowledge me. Probably startled the ARD outdoor. Well, that's neat. It's all patio and deck type furniture. Stuff that can survive the elements. So here is Lawrence Avenue West. There's a bus you can take along Lawrence that'll go all the way to the airport. So what I'll do is I was trying to think about where I'll go, but I'll just go east for a block and I'll loop back around to Lawrence. And then that'll be that. I think I'll fire up a live stream from that point. Lawrence West Station is just up ahead here. I won't be getting that far. There's a mall on the left side of the street. And the neighborhood to the north of here is known as Lawrence Heights. And there's a housing development that often gets referred to as being called the jungle. I think there's a lot of redevelopment going on around that area. I'll probably head back or head up there and do a live stream through there. It's kind of interesting, the area around Yorkdale Mall, and there's some neat parks. And this is Corona Street. Oh no! Didn't catch the bus. It's always a crummy feeling. There's no sidewalk on this side of Corona Street. So here's what the residential side of things looks like around here. I think this is St. Charles Catholic School. Just up here on the left. Someone put up a pretty big house on this street, whatever street this may be. Oh, this is Cork Avenue. See, I think most of these homes would go back to about the 50s or 60s. And coming up is Dufferin Street. So once I get back to there, I will end this video. I'll probably grab a drink and a snack. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there are links to my Patreon in the description. I also have an Instagram account, and you can check out channel memberships on my YouTube page. Membership is, of course, extremely optional, but very much appreciated. And it's back to Dufferin. All right, thank you for watching. And I will catch you on the next one.